Buddy, I am back once again with BeamNG, and we have moved on from the ETK 800 series to the Gavril Barstow. Now that you just saw was a kind of cinematic / editing test. So today we're going to be taking a look. We're going to be covering the beater model of the Barstow first, and also the next model in line, because I felt like we're going to do it differently. So we have the two variants here. We have the Awful, I believe it's called, on the right, and the i6 automatic on the left. So, one thing you may notice about these two cars is they look completely different. This one here is your, I don't know what it's based on. This is it kind of looks to me like that car from Wreckfest, the Gremlin, I think. I almost want to say Wreckfest maybe copied this BeamNG, but I could be wrong. So, this is a coupe, two-door, with a really old interior with a wooden steering wheel, your old-timey, dashboard. I don't know why it did that. Why on earth? Then, of course, you have your I don't know what those are. You have your shifting lever, which is automatic, as I've said before. You have your gas and brake. And you have your rear seats. And this car, I just noticed right now, also has windshield wipers, and the mirrors are kind of an old-timey. Both of these cars are both inline 6, and a big difference you can tell, the lights are on. This one has a chrome bumper, chrome hubcaps, and it appears to be milky white. And this is what it sounds like turning on. So that was the i6, and another interesting thing is this has chrome bumpers, it has chrome door handles, and underneath the hood is a very special engine detail, because if you look closely you notice you have fan spinning, somewhat rusty looking manifolds, and also I didn't mention this before, but this game does not only stimulates realistic crashing physics, it also stimulates part simulation. If you look underneath the steering, you'll notice steering works like you'd expect. Drive shaft, if it ever okay, right, no, where do you think you're going, car? Works as you'd expect. So this was the your inline 6. Then we have one of my all-time favorites, and I'm not being sarcastic when I say this, we have the Awful. This is what it sounds like turning on. Inline 6. And one interesting thing is it has, yep, that is kind of expected. I'm going to switch over to arcade just because I don't really want to mess around with manual transmission. This thing has no mirrors, it has no windows, except it has a windshield, it's got old metal rims. And one other thing you might notice that's sticking out of the hood right now is actually 6 exhaust pipes. This is a complete smoke. If you look carefully, you'll notice that smoke is billowing out from those smoke pipes. The interior is kind of the same. It's got a manual transmission. It has a roll cage. It has no rear seats. It has no passenger seat. It does have the sport steering wheel. It doesn't have tail lights or rear bumper. That's the fuel tank you're seeing right there. Or headlights or front bumper. The only front bumper it has is this huge bash bar. And it has a rusty scheme, which honestly I think looks really nice. Now, these are beater cars and are meant to be bashed around. So this one's actually handling jumps reasonably well. So notice I'm kind of having a fun time jumping this around. Clear through brush, no problem. No issues. And also, another interesting thing about this car is it is based off a real Ford, I believe. I'm not exactly 100% sure what model, but we're kind of heading in the direction of... We're on Small Island, USA right now. I'm going to go over the maps probably later in another series. This thing is real sliding. It's real sliding, boy. But this map has been updated, I think, a couple times. And, yeah. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to... Oh no! What has happened? It's fallen apart! I finally got that binding to work. It's a custom binding. You kind of see how all the part simulation work. And the engine, overall, I don't think is much different. I think the only thing I notice that's different about it is the exhaust manifolds go straight up into the hood. And, yeah. The binding, I forgot, was right shift, not left shift, G, not B, which B explodes R. B extinguishes. These are actually all things I did. You'd have to do the binding if you're into binding, but you know, it's just the thing. So I guess I'm gonna leave it here off here, guys. If you guys want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe, leave a like, and hope you guys enjoy this 1970s model in the future. I'll see you guys in the next video. And that's it. Peace out, my dudes.